Hello everybody, it's ya boy Cauterizer here, and I'm back with a mental controller loadout guide. Mental's a really classic troll. It's really cool. I like the sound effects, the colors, the animations. They're all really nice. If you guys play Mental, you'll know that it's actually a really underestimated power. It's very fun to play. My buddy Mindskip kind of got me into playing Mental. I kind of hated on it at first. I didn't really hate on it, but I didn't really care about it. But once I played it, it definitely changed my mind about it. Mental's a really great power. It's really fun. It's really cool, and it's really menacing if you think about it. Anyways, we'll jump straight into the loadout here. There's a lot of options you guys can run, but this is my personal favorite. You guys know I don't like running encasements for the fact that DPSs can't burn them, tanks can't pull, yada yada yada. This is just my favorite loadout. It works really well. My opinion, it's one of the best, but like I said, with controlling, there's always a lot of options you guys can run. I just really like this loadout. So under the telekinesis tree, you take telekinesis, psychic empowerment, psychic resonance, cryokinesis, and bastion. Onto the illusion, grab terror tendrils, psychic shock, phantom flames, invisibility, and horrific visage. Under the iconics, make sure you grab intimidating gaze and wisdom of Solomon. The other three are up to you. I just picked weapons expert and tag genius so I can do a little bit extra damage. Doesn't really matter. Or you guys can put those both into the nano weave and powerful resistance if you want more defense. On to the actual loadout itself. And we're not using the invisibility, it's just there, but we're going to be taking terror tendrils, cryokinesis, psychic empowerment, phantom flames, horrific visage, and bastion. Terror tendrils, this is our power over time. And power over time is mainly for the controller, but it's really important you have it up 100% of the time, because as a controller, it's your only way of getting power back, unless another controller is spamming you with their recharges, defibrillator, psychic empowerment, or the temporal extortion. Those are all of the recharges in the game. This is also going to terrorize enemies to give you make them more vulnerable to terrified interactions, and it'll stun enemies too as well. It's a really good stun. Cryokinesis, this is our damage debuff. If you hit an enemy twice in a row with it, it'll turn them into an ice block. So we still do have an encase with this loadout, but normally it's not going to encase because you're not really spamming cryo, you're just using it for the one damage debuff, and it will frostbite, so if you have any ice DPSs you can help them out with that. Psychic empowerment, this is our power dump. This thing's going to restore power to the lowest 3 group members. This is pretty standard. Phantom flames, this is going to inflict burning for fire tanks or fire DPSs on your team. Anyone who really interacts off burning, it's going to help them out. But it's also our defense debuff. It's really nice. It's AoE. I believe it does not stun, but no, it does stun. It does stun. I'm wrong reading it now. It is a stun, so it's really nice ability. A horrific visage. This used to be like, before I ever played Mental, I always thought this was the coolest crowd control in the game, and it is a nice crowd control, and it takes place of bubbles because it polymorphs enemies to where they can't attack or do anything. They can still be pulled, they can still be stunned, you can damage them and it won't really break, unlike the bubble. So horrific visage is great. It's the only polymorph in any troll. In my opinion, it's one of the best crowd controls on any troll in the game. Besides, obviously, you know, the quantum POT that just kind of stasises every enemy, which is pretty, quantum's just pretty OP as a troll. But it is a heal debuff. This is our heal debuff, guys, and it's going to turn the target we hit into little ghosts, and if anything else goes near it, it's going to turn into a ghost as well. And Bastion, this is our group shield. It's going to give power back and shield the entire team. Scales off with your dominance and resto. We do have a lot of dominance as a troll, so don't even worry about the resto to buff it. Like I said, that's our 50% supercharge here. Alright, so here's what all the abilities look like for you guys. This is terror tendrils. Little things like that. You saw it gave me the POT. And now he's terrorized. A little screaming right there. Alright, and this is going to be your cryokinesis. The damage debuff. Puts the ice on the field. I don't believe I can turn these guys into ice blocks. You can't really... I don't know. I've tried before. It doesn't really work all the time. But if I were to spam that twice in a row, it would entrap him in an ice block. Psychic empowerment. That's it. Should have had someone here, but the noise is okay. I don't really like the sound effect on that. And here's Phantom Flames. Really cool animation. I like the purple fire, excuse me. But that's it right there. Really, really wicked power. And then the horrific visage here. That's all it looks like, but it will turn them into this yellow little purple ghost. You guys will see that in my gameplay run-through video. I'll be able to do that. Little thing about trolling that a lot of people know. You see how I threw Terror Tendrils right there? If you look at my nameplate, there's a green lightning bolt under my name. That means that power over time is up right now. See, there you go, the 156. So if you don't see that green lightning bolt up, there's no POT up from any of the trolls in the group. Even if you're the troll with the lower vite, I always recommend, if the other troll isn't throwing it fast enough, as soon as that thing goes down, even if you're not the main troll, you should throw POT until that troll does. Just don't override him if it's already up. That's the only, but it is still nice to have POT in your bar. I see a lot of backup trolls will just straight take POT off their bar. But if the other troll dies, then the raid doesn't have POT. It's just bad. You should always have POT on your bar. Other trolls don't often put it up as much as they should, so you're always there to help out. Psychic Empowerment, this one right here, your instant dump, will clip everything. So you can see I can hit Terror Tendrils and clip it from that. I can Cryokinesis and clip it from that. I can Phantom Flames, clip it from that. I can Horrific Visage, clip it from that. So every time you throw a debuff, you want to be clipping with your recharge. No matter what troll you are, it's always smart to do that. Now, if you guys look at the enemy's nameplate here, you saw with Cryokinesis how he has that red crosshair under his name. That means he's damage debuffed. And damage debuff, he's going to be doing 12% less damage to the group, or anyone that target hits, excuse me. A lot of trolls really underestimate debuffs. A lot of them will not even often throw defense debuffs on bosses, or, I mean, you don't need to be debuffing every single ad, but definitely ads that are priority targets. For example, in Throne, Bowmasters, you want a damage debuff and defense debuff Bowmasters all the time. Bosses should always be damage debuffed and defense debuffed. And the reason for that is, even if you have a tank who, say, 115, 114 CR and doesn't really need it, it still is going to help him out in that pinch. It's 12% less damage he's taking, and that's a lot. Easier on the healer. If that boss, for some reason, swaps aggro and hits a DPS or a healer, they're not going to one-shot them if they have a damage debuff up, unless that person is just extremely squishy. So, you as a troll have a lot of influence and control over raids wiping if you guys use your debuffs right. Defense debuff, that looks like the red shield that he's on him now, under his nameplate. That's a 12% defense reduction. Everyone's going to be doing 12% more damage. All these debuffs are 12%. All of them in the game are 12%. So here's the heal debuff, that little red heart. The red heart is heal debuff. Now on the flip side, the greens, the green crosshair, the green shield, and the green heart, that means you guys have either the green heart would be a heal over time or a health healing buff. Green shield is you have your defense boosted, and green precision mark or green crosshair is your damage buff. So the reds is bad, greens is good, all that stuff. You guys often see sometimes bosses have green shields, and sometimes if you hit a defense debuff, you can remove their damage buff. I know tanks can often remove debuffs too. That's pretty much it, guys. Just make sure you're hitting weapon mastery. The best weapon for trolling is brawling, hands down. Hands down, brawling is the absolute best. I'm kind of stuck with hand blasters. That's all I got. You guys can see how I'm always hitting the weapon mastery with the recharge. Now, if you don't have brawling, you do want to generally stick to weapon mastering your recharge, but don't always do that. If the healer's out of power or someone's out of power and you're at full power, don't worry about it. It's okay to just spam the crap out of your empowerment there. Okay, and one last little tip and trick for all you guys out there. This is a really not known fact about trolls, but it's really cool. So, you guys know when you throw POT, you get that instant tick, like I just did, the 150. Let me go over here so I don't get power back from the bots or the dummies there. Go ahead and hit some powers. Every 5th POT tick, on the 5th blue POT tick, when you throw POT, it allows you to give the instant power again. Like I said, you know how when you first throw the POT, it will instantly give you that tick back, just like that. But if I spam it again, you're noticing it's not giving me the power back, it's just kind of, you know, it's just going. But if you wait for the 5th POT tick, you can do a little trick called a double POT, and it'll throw double ticks of POT to the group and a dump, and it actually, believe it or not, it keeps the group up really well. It's actually a nice little influx burst of power back. You guys will see once that ticks. I can throw it again. Try to get it here for you guys. See if I can get it to go again. So let's wait. That should be in the second. The third tick. Okay, that's the fourth one. So on the next one, as soon as it ticks, I'll hit POT and recharge. Bam. So what that'll do is it'll give everyone in the raid both those POTs at once and a recharge. Or not everyone in the raid, obviously the 3 lowest group members will receive the dump, but still, double POT tick is a lot of power. It's just a little trick a lot of you trolls should start getting used to. You don't have to do it every 5th tick, but it starts being able to happen on the 5th tick. So just keep that in mind, guys. Anyways, that's my mental troller loadout, my little tips. I'm Cauterizer. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below, and I'm out. Peace.